Welcome back, TCG Squad. Our last video, we talked about which leaders you want to take for pre-release. Now we're going to talk about some of the most important cards you want to look for. So we're going to talk about events. So let's go ahead and get started. First up we have is Drain Essence. Now Drain Essence is a 2-cost event that allows you to do 2 damage to a unit if you do the forces with you. In a limited format such as pre-release, the access to removal is limited. So any type of removal you'll get, you want to get your hands on that first. This is actually a very simple, sure, it's 2 for 2 damage, but sometimes you need to have something to take out a unit. It might have that, and you have 0 removal and you don't want to sacrifice one of your units. This is actually going to be a pretty good card to use. It's not the best, but it still is a removal event. Hey guys, don't forget about our giveaway. Once I hit a milestone on YouTube, which we're very close to hitting that watch hour, I'll be giving away the Sector Qualifier Obi-Wan Kenobi. It is a gorgeous card, and all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel. And once I hit that goal, we'll be doing a live stream where I'll spin a wheel, and if you win that card, I'll be messaging you and sending it your way. And remember, if you need a reminder how that card looks like, it's right here. Look at that card, guys. Next up we have Whirlwind of Power. It says give a unit -2/-2 for the phase. If you control a force unit, give it -3/-3 instead. So this also a very powerful event. For 3 resources, we could give something -2/-2 or -3/-3 if we have the force. This is again another removal spell. Now it could also be, let's say there's a very strong opponent. This is a great way to weaken it and then finish it off. The next card we have is Shatterpoint. This is a 4-cost event. It says choose one, defeat a non-leader unit with 3 or less remaining HP. Use the force. If you do, defeat a non-leader unit. So this one is extremely good. Since we're going to be probably using force, we're probably always going to select the second option. And this allows you just to defeat a non-leader unit. So it does not matter how much life it has, how powerful it is, you can just defeat it. This is even one of the cards I would slot in, even if you're not running Vigilance. It might be worth it just to add it out of Aspect and then pay the additional 2 resource penalty so that you can use it for 6 resources. For 6 resources still to take out a non-leader unit is still a very powerful card, and I think this is the best removal card for limited. There's no question about it. So if you see this card, you probably want to have it into your pool, and you may even want to pay out of Aspect because it's that good. Next up we have Protect the Pod. This is a 4-cost event from Command. It says a friendly non-vehicle unit deals damage equal to its remaining HP to an enemy unit. Again, this is actually a pretty decent removal spell for 4 resources. Remember, it's based on how much life you have left, but if you have a pretty powerful unit that you just played the round before and it has a lot of health, and use the event and wipe out a very powerful unit. This is a very good event. This is one of the events I think you might want to look at adding into your pool, even if it's out of Aspect, because 6 resources, if you have some tanky units, it might be worth paying the penalty for. But if you don't have any units that have big butts, it might not be worth adding it out of Aspects. But again, if you have a good command pool seal, you want to be looking at this card. This is going to be one of the good cards that can help you take out some of your opponent's units and maintain board control so you can win the game. Hey guys, if you're enjoying the content, go ahead and hit that comment, like, and subscribe. Every little bit helps me. I really appreciate it. And guess what? It doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Next up, we have Deathfield. Deathfield is a 2-cost aggression event. It says deal 2 damage to each non-vehicle enemy unit. If you control the force, draw a card. When we talked about this during spoiler season, I didn't think it's a great card for constructed, and again, in a pre-release format where you can't have optimal events and optimal units, this is a great way to do some damage on your opponent's board. Remember, you are limited to non-vehicle, but there's not many vehicles in this set. There's mostly creatures and units. So this is actually going to be a great way just to damage them or soften them up or even finish them off. It's a very good card. And remember, since we're playing Force, this whole set is around the Force, you'll be able to get that additional card draw, which is also very good in a limit format. Next up, we have Sorcerous Blast. This is a 1-cost aggression event. It says, use the force, you may deal 3 damage to a unit. When I reviewed this card during spoiler season, I did not think it was good for constructed, but for limited, for your pre-release, this is an awesome card. For 1 resource, you can do 3 damage. You're gonna kill almost any one drop play in the game, especially if they bring out those threatening hidden units and you have the force and you have the resource. I would immediately use this to kill those units, because those hidden units are the ones that can actually, if they have initiative the following turn, they can come in and hit you hard, especially if they have events like Pounce that can give a creature +4 attack. You know, a creature can potentially hit you for 7 or 8. So Sorcerer's Blast is, I think, one card you want to have in your hand. And I even might suggest put it in your pool for Out of Aspect, because it still might be worth it for 3 resources. I'd rather play for 3 resources. I'd rather pay Sorcerer's Blast Out of Aspect than use the Crushing Blow. Next up, we have Lightsaber Throw. Lightsaber Throw is a 2-cost event that says discard a lightsaber card from your hand. If you do, deal 4 damage to a ground unit and draw a card. So now this one's going to be a very niche scenario, right? Because there's not many lightsabers that you could potentially get in your sealed pool. But if you're in a bind and you have to kill something on your opponent's board, this is when you probably might want to use it. It's not the best, but it's like one of those, oh man, I need to figure out a way. This might be a card that can help you get you there. Would I recommend it in every single deck? No. If you pulled a lot of lightsabers, then yes, I would automatically add this card in there. But it's going to be very niche. It's a very niche card, but I still think it's a very decent event for your pre-release. Next up, we have Time of Crisis. This says each player chooses a unit they control, deal 3 damage to each unit not chosen this way. This is actually going to be a pretty powerful aggression event. So let's say you only have 1 unit on your board and your opponent has a little bit more than that. This is a great time to use that card, because you're a unit, because you have nothing else on the board, stays okay, and all its other units going to get taken damage or potentially die. Then you can follow up that action with actually playing other units, so that now you're stabilizing the number of units on your board, right? That's a great way to use this event. For 4 resources, it's not too bad. Now, obviously, it's not going to be useful if there's only your opponent only has one unit on their board. Then at that point, I probably wouldn't even hold on to it. I would probably just resource it. But if you see someone that's going kind of wide with just 1s and 2s drops, like that's what their pool was, then this card is going to come in and be clutch, because it could potentially wipe out their board. Very solid event, but again, not the best. There's other cards like I mentioned. Right now, Shatterpoint and Sorcerer's Blast are probably your 2 best events, I think, for removal. All right, guys, that wraps it up. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it.